Hello everyone. Today I would like to discuss why I believe private schools are better than public schools. The debate over public and private schools has been going on for years now. I myself went to a public school. Obviously I survived, but things have gotten increasingly worse over the past 5 years, especially in public schools. For example, bullying has increased largely in the past few years, due largely to the growing participation in social media amongst our youth. Not to mention the grades have gotten worse as well. There are 3 types of schools that are available for kindergarten through 12th graders. These are private schools, which include religious schools, boarding schools, magnet schools, amongst some others, public schools, and online schools. Approximately 87% of students in the United States are enrolled in public schools, 10% in private schools, and 3% in online schooling. Public schools tend to come with bigger classes with not much individual time spent on students, but students are accepted no matter what. Don't let this fool you though. This does not mean that public schools are better. Private schools tend to be smaller, but have more of a family vibe to it, whereas online classes tend to disconnect students from socializing altogether. When thinking of private schools, I know the first thing that comes to people's minds is how expensive it may be. This can be daunting to many parents, and they will automatically rule it out due to this. Yes, private schools have tuitions, but they are privately funded, where public schools are funded by federal, state, and local taxes. This usually means that public schools are underfunded, resulting in underpaid and underqualified teachers. Also, since public schools are funded essentially by the government, they must conform to mandatory rules and regulations. These are set by politicians, and if need be, these politicians can decrease the amount of funding for these schools. Another fact I would like to mention is that private school students statistically make better grades than public schools. There are many things that contribute to this. Some of them being that there is a more in-depth curriculum. Since private schools do not have to abide by state regulations like public schools do, this gives the teachers more flexibility in their teaching. It also provides the students with a more broad understanding of the subject. There are also better teachers. Teachers at private schools tend to have majored in their area of teaching, making them overall more knowledgeable than public school teachers who are only required to have certifications in general educations. There's also smaller classes in private schools, which means less distraction and more time for the students. It also makes the students experience in the school a more personal approach and makes them more open to learning. The last thing I would like to discuss is that students that go to private schools are statistically shown to have higher rates of college graduates. The truth is, colleges tend to lean towards private school students more than public school students because of the overall better grades. It is also a better option when our children want to go to Ivy League schools such as Harvard, Brown, or Yale. The private grants for college also tend to be more than the government-funded grants that come from public schools. Overall, private schools are much better in my opinion than public. They provide a more family-type atmosphere, produce better grades on average than public, have less bullying, and have an overall better curriculum than public. Yes, they have tuition fees, but help is there in the form of scholarships and grants for those in need. Thank you.